Hey y'all, this is Dreaded Demos, and welcome back to another Talky Tuesday. Now, today, I actually wanted to talk about moments of courage that were in the adaptation of Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame, it being my favorite film of the Disney Renaissance. There's several reasons for that. One of them is that the characters were very well fleshed out, they were very likable, the villain was very complex. And another thing was just that the music was amazing. I think it was Schwartz and Minkin, I think, that did the music, but they did a great job. I liked the addition of all the Gregorian chants to the music and the choral effects and everything. It was just well done overall. The only thing I can really complain that much about is the gargoyles, because they're just annoying and really have no reason to be there, and they kind of take you out. But for the time, the film was very dark for what Disney's repertoire was. So I can understand that they wanted to put in some comic relief in order to alleviate some of that, especially because it may not have really been something that the audiences were quite ready for. But anyhow, on to the subject, and it was something I was noticing. I was actually listening to the Broadway musical version of Hunchback, and I was thinking about how these characters ended up, at least there are several points in which each of the three main characters, Phoebus, Esmeralda, and of course Quasimodo, end up putting themselves in harm's way with no real personal benefit from it. The first one in regards to that would be, the first one that does this is Esmeralda. And she does that when Quasimodo's being harassed, when he's tied up and they're throwing stuff at him in the town square. And part of it may be out of guilt because she kind of encouraged him up there, but I think a lot of it was just because she felt it was the right thing to do to step in. And of course she exposed herself in front of Frollo, had all these guards chasing after her and all this stuff going on, that she really was not going to get any benefit from it. And Frollo was very much about wanting all the gypsies dead, and he definitely went after her. But yeah, so that was a good moment for her. Now, another one would be probably, I'll talk about Phoebus next, actually. Now, Phoebus actually helps Esmeralda out several times, but I think a lot of that could be attributed to that he kind of thinks that she's attractive and wants to help her out. But the big moment for him is when Frollo's going on his rampage around Paris, and they come to the miller's house, and Frollo orders him to burn down their home with them locked in it, because he suspects that they were harboring gypsies. And first off, Phoebus refuses to do it, which just annoys Frollo, and then Frollo does it himself. But then what happens is that Phoebus jumps in to save them himself. He's got no real benefit from helping this family, and not personally anyways. And on top of that, he's going against his boss, he's throwing his career away and all these things, and then of course, Frollo attempts to execute him afterwards, but fortunately he's saved by Esmeralda, causing a distraction. And then, even though he gets hurt, Esmeralda's able to get him to safety. But yeah, so that was a good moment for him. And then the final one is Quasimodo. Everything that Quasimodo does for Esmeralda really after the deal with Phoebus, getting saved by Esmeralda, kind of shows him doing things in a selfless manner, because at that point, even though he kind of was like, oh, I think I've got this thing going with Esmeralda, maybe, possibly, maybe there's something there, in realizing that she was into Phoebus, that everything he's doing for her at that point is because he just cares for her as a person, not because he thinks like, oh, we're gonna end up together or anything like that. And that was, and he goes through a lot after that, like the helping him find the Court of Miracles, or helping Phoebus find it, but then of course Frollo tracks them there, and also in the end, of course, saving Esmeralda from the pyre and protecting her from Frollo when Frollo tries to get up there to get at her. And fortunately, even though he falls, he gets caught by, I want to say, yeah, it was Phoebus that caught him. I'm pretty sure it was Phoebus that caught him. But, and then at the end, he kind of goes out there, he makes his peace with the fact that even though he's the hero, he's not going to wind up with the girl. And actually, you have all these selfless acts of heroism and courage in the film, and the end message at some level is that, you don't always do things just because it's going to benefit you. It's like, you don't become the hero necessarily to save the girl, as it were. Or, well, not save the girl, to get the girl, is what I should say. Or get the boy, depending on, because, you could feasibly do a story that goes the other way around. I've seen a few, not a whole lot in that regard, but, perfect opportunity for people to get some writing in there, I guess. Whenever there is a void in the market, you can always get something in there. But yeah, I really like that particular movie. I like the characters. They're all likable. They're all, self-sacrificing characters, which is always an admirable trait in a character. And it was just more or less a well-done movie overall. So, definitely one of my top 10 Disney films. I think it'd probably be second if I had to pick, because I'd definitely go Sword of the Stone is my favorite one. Then Hunchback. Then probably Big Hero 6. Let's see. Then, what would I say? Probably Aladdin and then Jungle Book. Just partially for nostalgia. I don't know how many times we watched Jungle Book when I was a kid. But anyhow, yeah, that's about it for this particular Talky Tuesday. And let me know, if you're interested in responding, let me know what you think, or what your thoughts on courageous characters in the Disney films, or about courageous characters in the Disney film. You can absolutely comment or leave a comment in the comments below if you want to provide any sort of feedback. But aside from that, until next time, y'all take care, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.